Well, Daniel Kreeger joins me now from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. He's the Executive Director and co-founder of the Association of Climate Change Officers. Good to have you on the program.
Thank you for having me this evening.
Of course. So Daniel, we have an Earth Day theme this year, Invest in Our Planet. What's your assessment of how China is doing this?
Well, China has made a commitment to neutralize to achieve a net zero emissions by the year 2060 and to peak its emissions by 2030. One of the big steps that it is aspiring to take is to grow its forests substantially. They are planning on planting 36,000 square kilometers of new forest each year, which is really more than the size of the country of Belgium.
You know, Daniel, when I hear the word invest, I think pay now, gain later. So apart from growing trees, what are some of the big areas that require immediate attention for China to fulfill its long-term environmental ambitions?
Well, you know, the world's population is growing, and according to the U.S. National Intelligence Council, we're going to need 50% more energy, 40% more water, and 35% more food to support that growing population. And we have to do all of that while reducing our emissions and really being more conservative on our resource usage in general. So China plays a significant role in developing technology that's going to help us get there. It is a massive part of the world supply chain for that consumption. So the investments in technology, in better production processes, in more efficient transportation and infrastructure systems, and in better use of its land are critical investments towards global efforts towards these challenges.
So of course you've got the government vision, but what about the private sector? Are they joining in on the green revolution from what you can see?
Well, the private sector plays so much a part of the global supply chain that whether they're in front of this or they're going to follow suit because their purchasers are driving them, I think it's inevitable. I think it remains to be seen just how fast that industry, that part of China is going to come along. But I think that we're starting to see moving in the right direction. We've got a long way to go.
A long way to go. And then, of course, now, so we talked about, government and the corporate sector, but what about people? Because, are you seeing enough being done to get an entire nation of 1.4 billion to embrace eco-friendly practices?
Well, I think this is a global problem, to be frank. I don't think this is one country is better suited to do this across its whole population than another. I think the reality is we need to build a better understanding and awareness of, one, how this planet works, two, how it is suffering as a result of what we've been doing for really since the dawn of industrialization, three, what we need to do going forward. That's a total transformation of society, and it starts with our consumption. Our consumption is off the charts. We need to slow that down. We also need to be more conscious about supporting the policies that are going to enable that transformation, and that is an issue of public will. That issue of public will requires us to make hard choices and, frankly, sometimes not have some of the luxuries we would all love to have, and be willing to enable our governments to make those transformations.
Always good to have your insight, Daniel Kreeger, co-founder of the Association of Climate Change Officers. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.